Good morning, everyone. I'm Martha Stokes. I'm a chartered market technician. I'm retired and I just really enjoy teaching. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that's a little different. I know I have a chart set up here because I want to make it interesting for you, but a lot of this is going to be tutorial because it is about things that you may not know yet. Right now, you're considered a hobby trader by the IRS if you're in America. In other countries, you may also be considered a hobby trader. There is a status called trading as a business under the IRS and other nations' rules that allows you the status of a semi-professional so that you can trade and have all the benefits that professionals have had for decades. This has started way back in the late 1990s. Most people who found out about it in that era thought it was about day trading. A lot of CPAs and accountants didn't know anything about it, and it kind of stagnated. But I'm trying to get you to think about this because this is very important. It allows those of you who really are serious about making monthly income the opportunity to trade and have the status of a professional, being called a semi-professional. You need to do several things. One is that you are let's talk about the advantages first so you can understand that. The advantages of trading as a business are that you can take off all of your expenses, your home office, the electricity for your home office, water, sewer, phone lines, your smartphone costs, all your computers, all your repairs, your education to learn how to trade stocks like a professional, all of your charting software, if there's any expenses incurred in that. There is a tremendous amount of things that you can write off as a business. Also, one of the big benefits is that at the end of the year, instead of hundreds and hundreds of trades that you have to list one after the other, the entry point, the exit point, the profit and loss, blah, 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 and a Schedule D, you don't have to do that as trading as a business because your stock trading is inventory in and inventory out. So at the end of the year, you can go flat and have no inventory, which also reduces your income taxes and can make a huge difference. Since you're trading and it is a small business that you own, either an LLC or an S corporation is what I advise rather than a sole proprietorship. And what that does is that allows you to have money, all your expenses written off. So it lowers your taxes. It lowers dramatically what you will pay on your taxes for your monthly income for trading as a business. If you get to this, and there's all kinds of information that you can access, you do have to register with your state or your province, and you do have to keep some records. You need to have a trading journal that's a professional trading journal so that you document every day. You don't have to trade every day. In fact, it is wiser to set out a trade management planner, which I've talked before, where you set out all the parameters and the rules that you're going to follow for that month, how much capital that you have, how many trades you will need to trade. It can all be done in a very easy format that allows you to say, oh, I don't have to trade as much as I thought I did. Less is more in the market. The reason why a lot of you are struggling and not making the income you deserve to make with all the hard work you do is that you trade too often. You feel like you have to trade every day, every day. No, you can trade once a week or twice a week or a few days at a time, or put some stocks in and hold them for a few days for a swing trade and then sell them. Platform position trade, you can hold them for a month or two and then sell them. It all works in today's market. So you have the opportunity as trading as a business to take off expenses that you are not allowed to take if you're just called a hobby trader. So there's a huge advantage in lowering the taxes you pay on the trading income that you make. Also, hobby traders are not allowed to take off a loss in a trade. Okay, if you lose money in a trade, you can't write it off on other parts of your income tax. Can't. But trading as a business, if you have a loss, which is going to be rarer because you're going to learn to manage how you trade and set forth a whole month of information and how you're going to trade and what you're going to trade and how long you're going to trade, you will make more money because you're trading as a professional. Anything that has to do with your stock trading is deductible, and it is so much easier to not have to fill out a huge long form in every detail and make it sure that it's accurate. Maybe you trade 100 times a year or 500 times a year. I know some people trade a lot every year. They don't make a lot of money as a hobby trader because they're not set up to trade as a business and be successful at it. When you're trading as a business, you will be more successful. You will have more opportunities, and you will be able to recognize, oh, NASDAQ's in a sideways trend. It's pretty tight and it looks pretty good. And all of this information is beneficial to you because then you know that a lot of stocks that are in the NASDAQ index are going to be moving sideways also. And that changes how your trading strategy and it's a market condition. We're in a moderately uptrending market condition. The indexes have shifted sideways because some of the components are over speculated. They're not overpriced, they're over speculated. And there are some stocks that are forming bottoms and some that are trending down. If you go through the NASDAQ 100, you will see that there's all kinds of variables. So you can focus, you can say, okay, there are more stocks that are moving out of bottoms and continuing to uptrend than there are stocks that are moving down. So your aspect for this month would be, as we go into it, that we should work on buying into strength rather than to selling into weakness. We want to be buying stocks that have future potential. We have an earnings season coming up, and pretty soon the buy-side institutions are going to be showing that they're accumulating more of these stocks before the earnings season even starts in mid or late January. And so you have an activity and your thought structure is totally different when you're trading as a small business. It's just a small business. And a lot of you may have run a small business, or if you've never run a small business before, it's not hard to do. It's actually fun, and it actually structures your day. You have your training journal where you set out all the parameters. You have your trading journal to set forth your Excel sheets to saying, okay, I'm looking at these stocks to trade. And you get away from recommended stocks, and you get away from other things that are actually harmful, because by the time a stock is recommended, the person who's recommending it has been in it for a long time, and they're going to make a lot of money when everybody else starts buying and they provide the selling. For every buyer, there must be a seller. So there's 4 different positions in any stock. And you need to understand that a lot of times the indexes are telling you a lot of information. You need to approach it as a business. You need to approach it. You don't have to work 40 hours. You don't have to work 20 hours. I have students that work about 10 hours and make monthly income to augment their retirement, and they're very, very happy with that. So you need to remember that you can make more money trading as a business because you have expenses you can deduct. You have more control over what you're doing because you're running a little small business out of your office in your home. And it is a whole lot more fun, gigantic less stress. And when you look at a stock chart like this one, you will see patterns and things that you've never seen before because your confidence. Everybody worries about confidence. Well, how do I build confidence? Do I talk in the mirror to myself? No, you build confidence because you have a structure and organization, a small business that you have that structures your plans and organizes your trading to the point where it becomes fun and easy again, and something that you can manage, and you will make more money because you are structured and controlled. Self-confidence comes from being successful. If you're successful in any endeavor, you're very self-confident. Not being confident comes from losing money all the time and then trying to trade with scared money. So really look into this and consider this. Think over it this next week, because we have a day off on Thursday, January 1st. And then we're going to be going into earnings season again, and you want to be ready for that. You could start setting it up and get ready to trade. And then next year, when you have to write off your taxes for 2026, and you've made a lot of money, you can write off your expenses as well. So this is more of a tutorial today, trying to explain to you there's a lot of things that are going on that you've never ever heard about. And I want to share this with you because you can do this and it will improve your life and your profits in your market and trading stocks. I'm Martha Stokes, and that's the topic for today.